This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Welcome to the late night news on Ndtv-Hindu. This is where we get you a whole 30 minutes of news and updates. I'm Evelyn Matthew. These are the headlines. The man who controls the cops in Tamil Nadu says he's concerned about encounter killings. The Supreme Court indicates it will set up a panel to see how safe the disputed Mullai Periyar Dam is. Are India's agriculture and environment ministers on the same page over GM food?
I have not given a conditional acceptance, but I have also not imposed a ban. So we are in a moratorium phase.
DMMK activists arrested for demonstrating against the Thiruvallur collector's decision to exhume a body from a Muslim burial site.
A strong crowd of 500 protesters at this road. They literally barged into the street.
Vice Chancellors of Tamil Nadu universities met in Chennai to discuss the higher education bill. Meet this imposter who is almost running a mini employment exchange.
Into police custody and examining her because there have been 19 complainants till now.
And South Africa lose 3 wickets as they chase a huge Indian total. Bad light disrupts play. Over 500 protesters belonging to the Tamil Nadu Muslim Munneta Kazhagam were arrested today when they marched to the secretariat. They were angry after the collector of Thiruvallur district Palani Kumar ordered a body to be exhumed from a piece of disputed land which the Muslims say belongs to them.
Did the collector of Thiruvallur district Palani Kumar have no option but to order the body of a woman buried in this disputed land in Madurai to be exhumed? This outfit believes the collector exceeded his brief. The dispute over ownership of this land is before the court. TMMK argues that the land belongs to the mosque located in the area.
முஸ்லிம்களுடைய குடும்பத்தாருக்கு கூட தெரியாமல் ஆட்சி தலைவர் இரவு நேரத்திலே கொள்ளைக்காரனை போல் வந்து அதை அப்புறப்படுத்தி இருக்கிறார்கள். இதை கண்டிக்கின்ற முகமாகத்தான் தமிழ்நாடு முஸ்லிம் முன்னேற்ற கழகம் இன்றைக்கு தலைமைச் செயலகத்தை முற்றுகையிடுகிற போராட்டத்தை அறிவித்து
As tension still prevails in the area, the district administration has imposed Section 144 to maintain law and order. As part of precautionary measure, more than 500 police personnel are deployed in and around the area.
Palani Kumar says his decision to exhume the body from the disputed land was only to prevent a communal flare-up.
In order to maintain law and order, our RDO Ponneri has promulgated 144. The 144 code, then I requested them to give, he has already, the sub-divisional magistrate and the RDO Ponneri has already requested them to take out the body and bury it in the notified place meant for Muslim people. And actually the reburial was done at the Muslim burial ground only. Genuinely we have done it. You know, this all motivated or this feeling, nothing we have. We acted very fairly and very impartial way.
As there is strong opposition to his move, the district administration is not willing to take any chances. Collector Palani Kumar is not new to controversies. Recently, his report to the Supreme Court set off a land-grabbing probe against Karnataka Chief Justice P.D. Dinakaran. In Chennai, with Shabir Ahmed, Nithila for NDTV-Hindu.
And Professor M.H. Jawahirullah, president of the TMMK, joined us in our studios earlier with his thoughts.
Actually, you know, this is not the question of one Waqf property at Poru, the outskirts of Chennai. Waqf land, you know, after the defense, after the railways, Waqf lands are the third largest piece of land in this country. There are nearly 4 lakh acres of Waqf property all over India, and majority of them have been encroached. And this is a typical case where the Sheikh Maniam Waqf has been encroached and has been sold as a private property. So on Saturday, in the property belonging to the Waqf of that Jamaat, a Muslim woman's body was buried. and then immediately the state administration led by the collector pounds upon that piece of land. They impose 144, and then even without informing the relatives, the body is exhumed and buried at some other spot without any information at all. So this is a blatant violation of the rights of not only the minorities but the citizens of this country.
Now, we spoke to the collector, Mr. Palani Kumar, NDTV, when Ndtv-Hindu spoke to him, he said this was a disputed land and he knew that this would lead to communal clashes, and that's why he did that. What is your reaction to that?
This is not a question of a communal clash at all. This is the question of the work property. Of course, there is a dispute, and in Mumbai, in the very famous Anti-Mount Road, for 4,500 square meters of land, which is worth more than 100 crores, was given for pittance, 15 lakhs to Ambani for building his multi-story building. So like that, this property somebody has sold, and of course I agree that there is a dispute, but this is not the manner in which collector would come and exhume the body and bury it with some other place. He could have called for a round of talks, he could have conducted peace meeting, he could have brought the disputing parties to the table and solved the problem.
So you're saying
why he has done it unilaterally?
This was done without any kind of consultation with you?
No, not at all, not at all. Leave the consultation with an organization like TMMK, not even with the office bearers of the local Jamaat. Of course, it's a dispute. Of course, the sentiments of both the communities, it's not the question of both the communities, it's the case of Muslims versus a particular usurper of that land. So it's not a communal thing. So he should have brought both the parties to across the table, should have conducted negotiations and could have worked out for a settlement.
Now, you're the
that is what revenue authorities do in such type of situations. Why is it he unilaterally dug the grave and took the female body out of it without informing anyone?
Now, you're also the president of the TMMK. Was this a political decision in any way?
This is not a political decision at all. If any government in power would have done, we would have fought for the rights of the community. It's not at all political.
So finally, before we let you go, what do you want to see done? What are your demands?
Our demands is that, first of all, we appeal to the Tamil Nadu government that this collector, Thiruvallur collector and the revenue authorities, they have exceeded their briefs, they have ruffled the feelings of the minority community, they have not acted in a manner in which a revenue authority should have acted to bring calm and peace to the situation. So stern action should be taken against Collector Palani Kumar and his deputies, and at the same time there should be a meeting, a peace meeting or something like that, in which this dispute, which has been raging for quite some time, should come to an end, satisfying all the parties who are